The famous Scottish rock band Nazareth, and lead singer McAfferty the last 3 times.
Yeah, we've met a lot of times, yeah.
So, what's the news since we met last year?
Pretty much that's, I mean, I know people don't want to hear this, but our life's pretty much the same as everybody else's. It's like, you make a record, you go out and work, you know, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you tour all the time. And that's kind of it, really. You know,
Yeah.
by the time we get, well, it's a European tour we're doing just now, but then, you know, we'll get a few days off, and then we'll have to go back and do the Polish gigs, and then we get a few days off, and then we do some stuff in the summer, some festival stuff, and then we go to Canada. So, you know, it's pretty much routine. The same as everybody else's life.
Yeah.
You know.
Last
I have
year,
to go to work every day. You know?
last year, Pete told me that there was an emerging documentary film about the band.
Yes.
I think made by a Slovakian film maker.
Yeah.
What
Very
do you think
famous. Well, it's not finished yet.
Yeah.
This guy takes forever, you know. But he's the Bullman brothers, you know, and they're very famous film directors.
Yeah.
And are fans of the band, and so there's all sorts of things in it that they're all trying to put together.
Yeah.
But I think it's like for them it's like a labour of love, so they have to do it when they can and then get on with the real work, so it's taking a while, you know, so. But I'm sure it'll be fine when it's finished.
Yes.
You know, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm very curious. Are you planning to record a new album?
Yes, probably. I mean, it's a case of everybody writes all the time, Jimmy and Lee and then Pete and myself.
Yeah.
Everybody writes all the time, so there's always stuff about it, you know, sort of thing.
Yeah, but you don't know when it will be finished.
No, well, this year is real busy, and next year maybe if we get some time, you know, we can go in the studio and record. You know. It's just so. It's hard to get time nowadays to do these things because the band is so busy.
Touring.
Yeah, and the other thing too is the golden age of the record industry is gone. You know, it's like
you told me last time.
And it's never coming back.
When I was asking for a single outlet.
With downloads and everything else, you know, it's changed. The industry's changed a lot.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. You know, you have to go with that.
Nazareth has a typical sound.
Yes.
How could you maintain this typical sound, even though you had different lead guitarists?
Yeah, but
Manu Charlton, Rankin, Jimmy Morrison.
I think what it is, it's Marshall cabinets, Marshall amps and Gibson guitars. You know, no, I just think it's an attitude that we have. You know, that everybody in the band, when they're write Nazareth songs. I mean, I know Jimmy's got like 1,000 songs that wouldn't suit Nazareth, you know, and I know the same for Lee and myself. But when we write for the band, we write for the band. So I think that's the secret to it. It's like, you know, because nobody's more important than the band. So you need all the elements, you know. I guess it's like baking a cake or something. That sounds good, but you know what I mean. You know, you need to have the right parts. You know? And I just think that's what it is. And we try not to overproduce things. Not to use so many effects or
you told me that you didn't use
I just like
overtops.
handmade music sort of thing, you know. This is what we try to.
Which rock singer are you a fan of, and who influenced you most?
Oh, influenced me. Millions of people influenced me.
Yeah, I've read Otis Redding.
I was growing up with Otis Redding, Little Richard, Elvis Presley. I mean, when I was a kid, it was rock music was just starting out. You know, Chuck Berry. I mean, everybody. You know. And in recent years, I guess in the last, when I started in the game, there was so many good singers around. I mean, you know, Bon Scott, Robert Plant. I mean, you name it. Not to mention famous people like Mick Jagger. You know what I mean? So it was a good time to be growing up in music for us, because we had what we did. Then there was like Jethro Tull, who did, you know, Genesis, and everybody seemed to like everybody. It didn't really matter. It was before the press started to put people in these slots. You know, it was just like people just liked music generally. You know, I mean, you could like Genesis and Jethro Tull and Nazareth. It was okay.
Because it was totally different.
It was okay.
But of the current bands, which
But I like
which rock
Kings of
singers?
Leon. I like Kings of Leon. I think the singer of the Kings of Leon has got a wonderful voice. I think there's a lot of good young. I hope they're not insulted by this. Like pop bands coming out, like the Kaiser Chiefs and things like that. I mean, I think they're really quite. I mean, it's poppy, but it's guitar driven, and it's not like drivel. You know what I mean? That's what I know. But aye, so I think there's a lot of good stuff out there just now. A lot of young bands that are doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And at least it's guitar driven. It's not just all, you know.
Yes, not this electronic music.
No,
Which you're not a fan of.
No, I'm not a big fan. No. I mean, I think when it's good, it's really good. Like when Brian Eno does it, it's really good. You know, but then there's a lot of people try to do Brian Eno, and it's like that's not nearly as good. You know what I mean? So that's like these things. Hey, this is our sound guy, and he turned 60 today. Hello, Austria. Phil is 60 today.
She's 60 today?
Today, yeah.
Oh. There's
You know, I mean, there's so much music out there now, man.
Yeah.
I just don't know, you know.
nearly all members of the band were Scottish.
Yes.
I think except the keyboarders.
Well, John Locke, who was with us, he's unfortunately dead now. Died of cancer, unfortunately.
Does it have a special meaning to you, being Scottish?
Well, of course it does. I mean, it's where I'm from, but it's not like, I'm not like, you know, trying to be Mel Gibson and run around going, hey, I'm in that box. You know, I mean, I don't agree with that. I would like to think I'm a kind of world citizen, you know. But yes, I mean, you have to be from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and I'm from Scotland and I'm quite proud of that, to be quite honest.
It's a great place,
Yeah.
anyway.
It's a pretty place. My family's there, you know, it's home.